with a preview of tonight's game and a look at what's happening at the ballpark. It's time for the Ameren, Illinois and ActonEnergy.com pregame show. Let's go down to the field and check in with the voice of the Chiefs, Nathan Believa.
Thank you, Brett, and welcome out to Dozer Park on a beautiful Thursday night. We thank you for joining us as the Chiefs get ready to take on the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. As we get ready for tonight's game, I'm with my PeoriaMagazines.com interview today. Kyle Barraclough, one of our relievers, closer, got a save again last night, and nice to get a W. You guys shaking hands out there on the field, and a big save for you, and I know a big win for your team. Had to feel pretty good last night.
Yeah, I mean, we were struggling a little bit, so it was good to get that first win out there. Hopefully get going on a little streak here.
You come in as a closer, and it seems like, hey, no problem at all, whether it's a one-run game, a two-run game. Last night was a three-run game, and for the most part, you just go right after hitters. Is that just kind of in your makeup? Hey, let's just go get them, I'm in?
Yeah, I mean, that's been my mentality last couple times out. Get a couple runs, don't want to let any people on, so just go right after them, and if they're going to get hits, they're going to get hits. It's going to happen, but just go right after people and make them earn it.
Pretty rare for you last week, last homestand. You got back-to-back games, and actually because of the off day, you got a save on 3 straight games, which is very rare at this level anywhere. But for you, I know coming back from surgery last year and had didn't pitch a whole lot last season, pitched on back-to-back days. Did that take a little getting used to for you coming back the first time around?
I did it earlier in the year, but when they call my name, I got to be ready to go. So it was definitely different, kind of something that I'm going to have to get used to eventually. So, it's good to get out there and do that.
I mentioned the arm surgery and missing a year. What was that whole process like for you and getting back? Was it just as much mentally, I guess, being out for, as long as you were as it was physically and going through rehab and getting healthy?
I'd say it's more mental than anything physical. You just kind of have to have patience. A lot of setbacks going through the whole year. It's definitely a lot of mental, just kind of got to keep at it and keep grinding it out and hope that, the people that are working with you are getting you better.
I'm sure there was a lot of people down in Florida that really helped you out through that. Was there kind of a moment that you had where you're like, okay, now I'm ready to get going again, or was it just kind of the whole process?
I'd say this year in spring training. Last year I had a couple setbacks, and then this year in spring training after my first outing, and woke up the next day and no pain, no nothing. So that was kind of like, okay, I can do this again.
You were drafted same as Patrick Wisdom, same school. You guys go back together. Is it pretty cool getting drafted and you walk into the clubhouse, you're like, hey, yep, I know that guy. And a lot of times you walk in, it's a bunch of unfamiliar faces, but it's got to be nice to at least know somebody.
Yeah, it was definitely good having someone that I knew, especially played on that in Batavia with our first year together. So it's always good to, go into something with someone you know and someone you trust.
Then you get through, I mentioned earlier when actually I was talking to Richie yesterday, you start to see guys that you played against. Or maybe you played with them and now you're playing against them. Mm-hmm. What's that like for you? Is it just kind of a competition thing? All right, that guy used to be my teammate. Now I'm going to strike him out.
Yeah, I think that, you end up making some friends over the course of, your careers. And it's always fun. You always have that little competitive edge, when you face people that you've played with or you face people that you played in college. It's always good.
California guy for you. What's it been like being in the Midwest this year?
It hasn't been that bad. Summer's just kind of now hitting, so... But the heat hasn't been that bad here, and I was here in 2012 in Quad Cities, right. And it was definitely a lot hotter then.
Yeah, well, especially there, you're right on top of the Mississippi River and dealing with all that as well and getting through. You talked earlier about when your number's called and your name's called. What's it like out there in the bullpen as the game's going on? And sometimes you might know, okay, I'm definitely pitching that. I haven't pitched for 4 days or whatever it might be. Other times you might not be sure. We had a situation last week where if we scored a run in the inning, you were going to come in, and if we didn't score a run, the guy that was warming up next to you was going to come in. So what's that kind of like? You're kind of peeking over your shoulder to see what the game's going on.
Yeah, I mean, you have to pay attention. You just kind of keep it loose, for hopefully our starters get through 6, and then, we take over from there. And, you keep it loose down there, and you just kind of, wait for your name. You
guys have a lot of fun in the bullpen. I can kind of tell from up here. You guys stick together, too, outside of here. You only live with bullpen guys.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely get used to hanging out with people every day. And, it might not be choice, but you got to learn to like them.
Well, what about the host family situation? I know you've been living over there and enjoying that with, like I mentioned, a couple of relievers. You're with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. What the host families do and the Booster Club does for us, it's amazing. It's a godsend. We appreciate everything that they've done for us. you know, and the couple guys that I live with, you know, I enjoy living with them.
You guys have some video game battles with the kids, or how's that work?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
You know, not exactly. Mostly just TV. You know, we get back late, have some dinner, and go to bed.
You get a chance to teach them anything? Any baseball or?
Not yet. We haven't really, you know, been home a lot since I got back, so.
Yeah, you got to get them out there and you know, show them a couple of your pitches, the splitter or the slider. Show them those. Mm-hmm. That's a good age to learn those, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah, we'll get a chance to thank the host families here next Wednesday and the Booster Club next Friday. Have some fun with that. You're getting bombarded with seeds already.
Yeah.
Have you been out here earlier throwing seeds at other people?
No.
They get you, but no.
But this is a bullpen thing. So.
It's a bullpen, yeah. Actually, kind of it is, and it's a roommate thing too, right?
Yeah.
You got both of those. Well, hopefully we see you out there tonight in the ninth inning. And a save last night, and let's get another one today.
Let's do it.
All right, Kyle Barraclough, thank you very much for your time today. Got the save yesterday. Our Peoria Magazines.com interview as the Chiefs get ready to take on the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. Mentioned at the beginning a big series here against Wisconsin. They're 3 games ahead of the Chiefs in the wild card, 12 games left to play for us, 6 here at home, 6 on the road. We have today, tomorrow, and Saturday against this Wisconsin team, so obviously a big series if they're 3 games ahead of us, so we have 3 games to play against them. We go to Clinton on Sunday for 3. We're back home against Beloit for 3 next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then we will finish up the regular season at King County on that Labor Day weekend. Fireworks tomorrow, fireworks Saturday as well. Tomorrow, fireworks presented by Pepsi. It's a 7 o'clock start here at Dozer Park. It's also a flat screen Friday presented by Xfinity, so a chance to win 6 different flat screens for those that are 18 and over tomorrow night here at the ballpark throughout the game. Saturday is a 6:30 fireworks show presented by Sefcu as we take on Wisconsin for the 3rd and final game of this series, and the 6th and final game of the homestand. We'll be back next weekend. Mention Host Family Appreciation Night. We'll have that here next Wednesday with a $1 hot dogs, $1 sodas, $1 ice cream sandwiches, and the Zach McAllister bobblehead giveaway, courtesy of Busey Bank for the first 1,000 fans through the gate next Wednesday at 6:30 against Beloit. Next Thursday is a football night. We'll have a lot of fun with that, getting ready for football to kick off, so we'll have a lot of fun with football night. And Thursday, a week from today, we finish it up with Fan Appreciation Night next Friday, our last home game of the regular season. Fireworks following Fan Appreciation Night. Plus, throughout the game in a bunch of different ways and different denominations, we will give away $5,000 here on the final Fan Appreciation Night game of the season. That's what we've got in store for you over the next 8 days here at Dozer Park. 6 games in those 8 days. Plus, we'll be out on the road to take on Clinton and get that series going and finish up at Kane County. Thanks for coming out tonight. Enjoy the Thirsty Thursday specials up at the concession stands, and we appreciate you spending your Thursday with us here at Dozer Park.